Hello, brothers and sisters. I'm like, and welcome to my page. My page is about common sense. I try to keep it down and nitty gritty under 10 minutes. And if it goes over 10 minutes, there's something very, very, very important and not important to liberals, libertars, people believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT. That's like 80% of you. Don't need you to watch my videos. Because I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. If you're sensitive, you shouldn't watch me. If you're stick in the mud, shouldn't watch me. If you're liberal or far left, shouldn't watch me. Alright? I respect your views or whatever your emotions are, but you're too emotional. And when I lead your horse to water, you don't want to drink it. So I don't want no part of you. Your mind's just completely closed. If you're religious, you know why. We're not compatible. You're not special. I'm special. But to each his own. This video is going to be about, I'm about to travel to Gambia. Okay. Right now I'm getting my riders ready. And I want to say one thing. People who are disciplined should not be unequally yoked. A lot of people don't understand what the purpose of religion is for. Really, they don't, okay? Religion's purpose is to balance things out. Okay, women is beneath men, men is beneath God, type shit, Nobody follows that shit, okay? So, especially Christians, white Christians on top of that, okay? I want you guys to figure out one thing. When you argue with someone and you can't get a point across, try to ask more questions to understand their mental psychosis, right? You gotta do that. A wiser man is the one who questions and then learns rather than speaks upon his own heart. You never do that. That's when you make a folly with me. I don't give a fuck if you're a scholar or you're fucking Jordan Peterson. I don't give a fuck who you are. But if I ask you a question and you can't answer it, and every time I don't understand your answer, and then I ask a question on another type of question, something's wrong with your logic. Something you have to think, because I talk to some people, and then sometimes something's wrong with their raison d'etre. Okay, their ego, their self, okay? Their self-awareness about themselves, their ID. It's kind of sad though. I forgot the term or what's it called when someone doesn't send their own association with themselves. They don't understand it. They don't even understand what the fuck they're talking about half the time, and I believe that. But please understand this. There are tons of people with different mental psychologicals out there, dispositions, how they were born. There are people who are like Moorish and they feel entitled. There's people who feel that they are Superman or God or some shit like that. I'm talking about the supernatural God, okay? And I'm like, dude, come on, man, come on. Come down to earth. But that's all I really wanted to say. Don't be unequally yoked. When you women and men get in relationships, 80% of you are incompatible. You're opportunists. You take the opportune chance to be like, okay, this person's not giving me the proper things that I asked for up front. Most people don't talk up front what they need. That's why most relationships fail. 80% of them. And if you want proof of this, you look at the divorce rates. 70% of women are initiated by women. Right? So I'm not hating on women's game because I don't fall for that. I don't fall for that shit. Alphas know everything about psychology and how human beings work. I don't trust no human beings. I don't trust nobody. How many times have I said to you guys, I love animals more than humans, but I don't fuck the animals. Okay, chill out. It's easier to understand an animal than a goddamn human. But anyway, I want you to let that sink in. I've been talking for 4 minutes now. The Bible, I'm not a person who is of religious context. I'm more of a spiritual context. And the Bible is really not a spiritual context. It's a philosophy. It's a philosophy of common sense because of history. There are other books that, plagiarize, that came from, older books, older religions like the Mahabharata, Vishnu records, and older books that, the Romans and Greeks and Hellenizations, took those terms from, okay, but people don't want to do the research on that either. All religion stems from fucking paganism. But nobody's really following it. That's the whole problem. Nobody follows religions no more. So when you become unequally yoked, when I be schooling motherfucking Christians on how they supposed to be acting and yada, 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 they don't want to hear it. When you direct them, they don't want to hear it. Okay. So what do? You just stay away from them, okay? You know, you make sure it's better to live a lonely life in pure peace and bliss than to live with someone who is not equally yoked. And my Gambian trip will be fine. I believe it will be. Because I'm thinking about dying in a fiery plane crash when I get on the motherfucking plane all of the time. Because death, I'm not scared of death. I had a gun pointed to me before. I had a knife put up to my throat. I had somebody beat me to a pulp. But of course it didn't hurt. Okay, for some reason I'm kind of pain immune. Okay. It's kind of weird. But that's just how it is. Everybody's different. I like to use a lot of psychology. I don't really talk too much when I'm encountering human beings. I just say, I ask them a question, they'll answer it. I'm like Mr. Raymond Reddington on the motherfucking blacklist. Alright? My daughters are fine. I just made a video about them. We went to Aztec. Palace Aztec. It's like a very genuine, authentic Mexican restaurant. And I tell you to people all the time, Taco Bell is not a real Mexican restaurant. It's a generic version of Mexican food. Because I keep telling you, some of their food is pretty good. Get chalupas, okay? Back in the days, it was really better. But now these days, they don't make it right. The bread, its texture is different. That's like McDonald's fries. Have you ever wondered why the McDonald's... Yeah, I know some of you guys who are born millennials after 1979, you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But the fries used to taste way better. The fries used to taste way better. But everything is changing. The textures of foods is changing. And it's not because I'm old. Because I'm black. Okay, so I don't have that problem. My dick still gets up in the morning. No, I'm 46 this year. I'm 46 in December 3rd, motherfucker. I'm on a basketball court moving around more faster than some of these young bucks. I can't believe it, man. They say, you still fucking quick. I said, listen, I may not be able to dribble over 50%, but my hands move faster than my legs. So just don't underestimate me. And then they be dribbling and shit. I'm like, didn't I take the ball? Because you don't want to box me. But anyway, I digress here. But anyway, let's go on with the subject. And this will be my last video for me. Now, as a matter of fact, I'm going to make another video when I get into the airport. Okay? And, I just want you guys. I'm going to be safe. And if I'm not safe, oh well, the Emeraldpillarking went on the plane and he blew up in a fiery plane crash. Or they didn't want me to come back in the country because America's no longer America anymore. They want to force vaccines and the stupid shot. Maybe the fact that all this shit is happening because stupid shot has taken over America. Or capitalists are taking over America. Or Chinese is taking over America. What do you think about that? I'm about to get in my car. And about 11 o'clock. I always call people way in advance. I always knock on their door. Make sure you get your ass up. Because I'm an on-time person. As a matter of fact, I'm not really on time. I'm always 10 minutes early. You heard about that. If you're on time, you're 10 minutes early. You're ready. And most people aren't ready. They get lazy. It's like my wife. When people get lazy, I just get rid of them. You know how you use something? And everybody uses something. I was just having an argument with somebody telling me how, everybody don't use each other. I'm like, everybody uses each other for something good or bad. This is the way you look at it. It's the perspective. All right? When you encounter a cat, when you see a cat, you're using that cat for some sort of excess or a certain condition that you need. Even the homeless bum, he's giving money for free because they have pity. That's a condition. They have to have pity in order to give you that money. Everything has a condition, either psychologically or physically or even spiritually, by the way, as a matter of fact. But I've been talking for almost 10 minutes. So the whole point of this video is many things. But really, I'm going to Gambia. The Gambia, yeah. I don't think I'm going to get no property because somebody just told me another white cracker lost his property over there to a black Kenyan female gay. I'm like, fuck that. You learn something new every day. And another thing you learn in this video is don't be unequally yoked. Always ask questions. Always do testing. Make sure things last for a long time by doing the test. Test her, Mike. It's usually the women that fails. But men don't usually test women because they're too simpy. Most men are too simpy for that shit. But to keep your sanity safe, you better do some testing and ask questions up front and your standards up front. Or you a sucker. You a trick. I'm out of here, guys. I hope you learned something from this video. Peace.